This is Kendra Parrish with part 3 of our series showcasing the arrival of spring in Moosomin, Saskatchewan. Early May was a burst of color as leaves and blossoms appeared on the trees. On May 2nd, the sparrow species that I introduced in the previous video, like this white-throated sparrow and this chipping sparrow, were joined by the handsome Harris's sparrow, the only songbird that only breeds in Canada. You are all familiar with the bold and beautiful American robins. Beginning on May 2nd, Moosomin briefly hosted the robin's shy and dully colored cousins, the Swainson's thrushes. For about a week, I saw more Swainsons than I ever expected to. Later, I spotted an extremely similar hermit thrush. On May 4th, this Plains garter snake crossed our path at the cemetery. I've since seen 3 much larger ones. On May 5th, Gateway Nature took a fun field trip to a members field near Rocanville. Come on! Going on a hayride! We were looking for grouse, but instead saw this coyote that probably scared them away. I also spotted a few birds of the field, but I didn't get great photos. I did capture this impressive footage of a bird of prey flying in place. On May 6th, I spotted not merely the first house wren of the year, but the closest one I'll ever see. It was immediately outside my front window, just 1 foot from my face. On May 8th, the first rosy-breasted grosbeak came by, and both males and females have been popping by ever since. The same day, I took this photograph of a common green darner. I saw a couple of dragonflies on the wing in April, but this is the first one I've been able to photograph. On May 9th, I found the first bumbleflower beetle I've ever seen. It is a beetle, but like a bee, it's fuzzy and a great pollinator. The same day, my son found this interesting redhead worm. It's smaller and prettier than the other garden worms, if indeed a worm can be called pretty. On May 9th, the first American goldfinch of the year came by. He told all his friends, and on May 13th, we had 13 at a time. I have a friend whose driveway begins right in the town of Moosomin, but ends in a natural wonderland. At her place, I saw the first Empidanax flycatchers of the year. Her property also boasts at least 6 species of ducks. Northern shovelers, redheads, buffleheads, mallards, blue-winged teals, ring-necked ducks, plus an American coot, which looks like a duck, but isn't. Most delightfully, I observed this palm warbler on her property. Her land is also the only place I've seen a yellow warbler so far, though they should be plentiful in town very soon. 7 p.m. on May 12th was a magic time for warblers in town. Within just a few minutes and just a few trees behind the hockey rink, I saw yellow rump warblers, a black and white warbler, a blackpoll warbler, and a Tennessee warbler. The latter came by my place the next day, and I took this footage from my kitchen window. A plainer-looking orange-crowned warbler was also present. Unquestionably, the most majestic birds to visit my backyard in early May are the Baltimore Orioles. They are absolutely stunning.